Hey guys, Rob here with McDojoLife, and the video you just got done watching miraculously wasn't actually a seizure. It was, however, supposed to be mitt work, I guess, posted on Instagram by a page named Us Ninja de Avis with some underscores in there. That martial arts academy is run by a so-called Krav Maga instructor by the name of Antonio Cunha. I say so-called Krav Maga instructor because from what it looks like going through all of the things that he's posted, it doesn't seem like he's actually ever truly done Krav Maga at all. Take the mitt work drill that we saw at the beginning of this video, for instance. Not only are his students extremely bad at hitting mitts, but he's even worse at holding them. He also doesn't ever seem to correct his students in any of these videos. He just kind of lets them flail around all willy-nilly, and if I had to guess, it's because he doesn't know how to correct them. And finally, it seems to be the only mitt work drill that he actually knows. Check it out. All virtually identical. I personally, with my own two eyes, have witnessed grand mal seizures that have more coordination than that mitt work drill. Now keep in mind, that was just him holding the mitts. It's even worse watching him hit the mitts. Going through his page, I also discovered a little fun fact is that the children in his classes not only hit the mitts better, but they hold the mitts better too. Now, Antonio here didn't make his first post on Instagram until February 26th of 2022. The reason I bring that up is because based on the videos that are out there of him, it seems like not only was that the time he started charging customers for what he was teaching them, it also seemed about the time that he himself started training in any martial art at all based on his technique. One of the staples of the martial art Krav Maga that he himself claims to teach is gun disarms. Now, here's a few of his. Did you see any issues? I did. Let me explain. I'll be using my buddy here, Mr. Glock, to help me explain. It is unloaded, there's no magazine, and at the same time, there's nothing in the chamber, completely good to go. So, boom, we're good to go. There's nothing in there. As the gun goes off, that slide is gonna wanna rack back and reload the next round. Not only is it going to do that, but it's also going to eject the round that you just fired. If someone is holding on to that slide as it goes off, which is what would happen during a gun disarm, that slide is not going to allow that to eject, creating a jam. Now, what Mr. Glock becomes once it's jammed is a paperweight. And unfortunately, in order for us to fire again, we're going to have to re-rack that slide so that way we can clear that jam. Once we're able to clear that jam, which might even take a second to do, then you're able to fire again, but not until then. The reason I bring that up is because if you don't practice doing that during the drill, you're not going to do that in real life. And you're going to be left in a really bad situation when that gun won't fire again. Now we can sit here and talk about firearms all day, but we continue. Another standard staple of Krav Maga is knife disarms, and I've compiled a little compilation for you guys to witness some of his knife disarms.
Ataque, defesa, defendeu, bloqueio, tiro.
Boo! Rant time. Whenever I see this X block nonsense crap, it is always based off of the attacker sticking the knife forward but never pulling it back and retracting their arm like anyone would do if they're attacking you with a knife. Once you do that X block, whether it be up or down, it does not matter. I'm doing it up so you can see in the camera. The knife is going to be wedged there. Now I'm using this particular one so that way you guys get the idea, but this particular knife right here is a rubber knife so that way you can get the gist, right? So if someone actually did attempt to cut, stab, or slash you, going in might be able to be blocked. You might be able to stop that, right? Coming out though, once you do that X block, they're going to now slice you up. Chances are good they're going to do that over and over and over and over and over again as fast as they can. So reaching into that scenario where you do this X block, where you get absolutely no hold of that blade or knife whatsoever, all you're doing is sticking limbs out to get cut again. You need to get some sort of control in some way. Will you get cut? Probably. It's a knife fight. There's a good chance that you will get cut. Your goal should be to get cut less and get cut in less vital places. So this Fantasyland X block crap where you're sticking your arms out there is just guaranteeing that those things are going to get cut, and you're never actually establishing any grip. If we think about this in terms of steps, let's say step 1 is me stabbing you. Step 1 is stab. Step 2 is me retracting that knife. So once I retract it and you've X blocked, this is your step 1. By the time you go to any step 2 to grab a hold, you've already been cut, and then you have to start over again. Your step 1 should include some type of control of that weapon. But I digress. So far, we have established that his mitt work is trash, his gun disarms are nonsensical, and his knife disarms are going to leave you bleeding more than that time of the month. But maybe, throwing it out there, he could redeem himself with his open hand self-defense techniques. Let's check those out. I was wrong. There's no redemption. That was terrible. Now I've seen a lot on this page, and I mean a lot. But out of all the bad techniques I've shown on this page, reverse butt yourself out of a full Nelson that isn't actually locked in whatsoever, that's a new level of stupid. Time to give this guy some Dillmans. Normally, if there's no like woo-woo powers, they won't get 5 Dillmans, but I gotta give this guy 5 out of 5 Dillmans, and let me explain. Clearly this guy does not know what he's doing at all. And to me, that means that he's probably lying about his belt rank. Now, if he isn't, that means that whoever did promote him to an instructor level in Krav Maga should be absolutely ashamed of themselves, because he's going to get people hurt. So that's 2 of the rules of the page right there: lying about your belt rank or your fight record and endangering your students. But the 3rd rule he's definitely breaking is fraud. He's charging people for these things, and the techniques that he is showing them, if they attempt any of these things that I have shown, from the mitt work could get them hurt, practicing these gun disarms and knife disarms are absolutely nonsensical. If they ever use them in a real self-defense situation, they will get hurt or die. That's why I'm giving him 5 out of 5 Dillmans. And I mean, it's pretty rare that I have to do that with someone who doesn't claim supernatural abilities, but at this point, this guy's definitely going to get people hurt. This brings us to the question of the day. The question of the day is brought to you by Combat Candies. Now, Combat Candies is a creatine candy. Everybody out there likes their supplements how they like their supplements. There'll be people out there saying that supplement's no good or this supplement's no good. I gotta tell you, this one at the very least is absolutely delicious. I mean, I am a huge fan. Just to read you off real fast, I mean, 4 gummies delivers 5 grams of pure creatine. So I'm a fan of these. They're delicious. Check them out. You can get them. It's legit 35 to get 35% off. You're welcome. We're gonna keep the question of the day really easy today. It's just gonna be about this video. We're not gonna deep dive too much with the question. Sorry, I'm still eating the combat candy. Out of all the techniques that I showed you on this video today, which one do you think was the absolute worst and why? Be sure to answer that question in the comment sections below so that way I know that you watched the entire video, but also we can have an open dialogue about how we can make these techniques better or why they were so bad in the first place. As always, thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, of course, memberships. Keep the martial arts legit.
My baby got robbed the other day by degenerates. So she wanted to learn some new form of this self-defense. So she did her research and perused it online and found this dude said he could move shit with his mind. He call himself Seafood Paul Zimmerman. He got a dojo with a strip mall near Cinnabon. Now she spends all day trying to